Yo, what's poppin'? It's AJ, and I'm about to show you how I create a sense of space in my mix. So, today we are in Ableton. Yes, I do use Ableton. And I have this demo going, which I'll play for you right now. So, yeah, that's pretty fire. I'm not even gonna lie, that is pretty fire. But yeah, I'm gonna get started in showing you how I create that sense of space. So I started with these keys, or should I say synth, from Serum. I'll pull up Serum right here. So yeah, already off the bat with this synth, I was like, all right, I went to the effects tab, I hit up the chorus, I turned it up, and what did I do? I put a low pass filter on it as well over here. So yeah, right off the bat, it already sounds like stereoized and pushed a little back, like inverted in the stereo field. So it sounds cool, it's pleasing to the ear, and it's also because of the chords I came up with because I'm just like that. But, you know. So yeah. So I'll just solo that. Oh, I got some portamento on that too. So yeah. To contrast that, I found this Afrobeat drum loop that I slightly chopped up, giving my own little twist. But I wanted that to sound up front in your face, which most Afrobeat drums already do sound like that, which is something I love. So if I play them both together, you'll hear the difference. It's tight. You hear the transients peaking, sharp. It's hitting right, but it's right there in your face. So I needed another drum element that I wanted to be complementary to that, but not overtake it. I wanted something to be kind of underneath, and I knew I needed a shaker. So I wanted the shaker to hit, but not like those drums. I wanted it to hit a little farther behind the drums, and I put a reverb on it so you hear not some crazy reverb. I put like a room reverb on it so that you can hear more of the room with the shaker as opposed to just the shaker and have both the shaker and the drums right up in your face. So if I play those three together, you hear the shaker, it's like filling the stereo field. You hear the room. Now you get a sense of space right here. So then after that, I was like, all right, I want to layer the rims. So for this, I did a little trick that I like to do. In FL Studio, as many of you know, which I also do use, I double click usually on the sample. So I would double click this, and then you would open the editing tab for whatever the sound is, and you're able to do a stereo delay within that tab. So Ableton does not have that stock. So I use the kilohertz Haas effect. Yeah, this is the same exact thing. So all it does, it takes whatever sound or sample you got, and it plays it in the left channel before the right channel by however much you choose in this delay option, that many seconds or milliseconds, or the right channel before the left. So instead of playing it just mono, it plays it like so you very quickly, which gives it a stereoized kind of effect. I love doing that. So I did that. I did it interchangeably over here. So I'll play all of that together right now. You hear that? So it gives you some more texture for the ear. And also I put on both the rims the room texture that I put on the shaker. Maybe a little bit less or a little more. Let's see. Yeah, 4% less. Doesn't even matter. But yeah, I wanted it to sound like you're in the room. So instead of it being dry, I put it with the slight reverb so you hear the texture of the room. And I did the same thing. I added this wood block and this clav. If I play those two together, mind you, I panned the clav to the left and I panned the wood block to the right. So Now it's like you're in the room with me. And then one thing I know about feeling the texture of the room and like drum processing and all that, if you listen to really good records with nice drum texture that you know was recorded in a nice studio, let's say like Electric Lady Studios, where they got Erykah Badu, they got D'Angelo, they got Jay Dilla, their drums are always processed, and since it's tape machines, you're gonna hear a tape hiss, and you feel even more so the elements of the drums that you want to feel, or the texture, I should say. So if I play that, it's very, very, very slight. It's more so something you feel rather than something you hear. Now we're sounding all right. So mind you, something that's very important when it comes to mixing, especially getting that sense of space, you need, if you want something to sound up front, you need something in the mix to contrast that, to be like massive or in the back or on the right, something to contrast the up front in order to exaggerate whatever it is that you're showing that's up front, that you want the listener to perceive as up front. In this case, I wanted the drum loop to be up front, and I wanted the synth to be more in the back, and as you know, the shaker, I wanted to feel the room more. So yeah, so with all those together, it would sound like this. And I added this little like vocal chop, distorted, and then I'll put in the kick. Why does it keep doing it? So yeah. And then even more so to exaggerate a different kind of sense of space, I was going to do a little switch up between the room setting and then bringing the listener kind of outside. I took some texture from like a forest, and I did EQ a little bit of the lows out because it was a little too much. And here are the frequencies where the birds were chirping, but they were mad loud. So I was like, let me chill out before it drowns out the clav. They were in the same frequency range, so I just brought it down a little bit. And then if you put all that together, now you're outside. Now you're chilling in the Caribbean. You got Batty next to you. You sipping on something out of a coconut with a long ass straw. Come on, bro. Like, this is for real. And then if you add the bass, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much the fundamental sense of space I created. And then with these little leads and plucks I have, I found this preset in Omnisphere I really liked, and I gave it a little twist. So if you hear it, it sounds nice. It's pretty nice. But keep in mind with this, I have a utility on it, and I'm automating. Again, I'm pressing A. I'm automating. Look, I'm going here, right click, show automation. Boom, right here. I'm making sure it starts in slightly more mono, and then it opens up to stereo. So it gives you like a kind of like this kind of feel in your ears, which is a really cool trick I like to do. So, solo this, get out of automation, press the A again. And then let's say I have this lead. See, already, right off the bat, you can hear it like mad far away. It sounds like in the distance, which brings everything else in the mix right up front. Which is exactly what I wanted. So then if I play this bell, which is a little different. Yeah, you see I got some panning going. I got the reverb going. I have a slight delay on it. But yeah, this one's more like floating around, different atmosphere. But yeah, it all comes together to give you like a really nice kind of, in terms of a mix, you need the contrast in order to create this sense of space. So think of it as different layers. You have in front of you, you have to the right of you, to the left of you, you have slightly farther back, and then you have way farther back. So if you think like that, think of it in terms of where you want to put the listener, or if you want to think about it as if you're the listener and the music is coming from a stage in front of you, where would the instruments on stage be? That's a cool way of putting it, because, you know, as opposed to your mix being 2D or flat on paper, it gives your mix more life. Shout out to Drizzy. But yeah, it just brings your mix to life. So yeah, and this demo I created is actually super fire. I will definitely be finishing this, hopefully sometime soon, I hope. But yeah, so I'll play this again as I sign off. I hope you guys like the video. Yeah, stay tuned for more. I'm gonna keep sharing the sauce, sharing whatever tips and tricks I learned that I wish I learned sooner, I should say. But yeah, that's it from me.